What's up, everybody? You know what I need? I need like some background music or something, so y'all ain't just looking at the screen while everything pop up. You know what I need? I need like some background. I just think that'd be better. What I try to do when I pop us on, whether this show or the other show or the main show, is just try to we can like let everything start up. Let us either Tiger Angel, you funny. Let everything start up and then just give us a minute to share and all that good stuff. Let you guys know that we're around so y'all can share and uh, you know, just so we don't gotta share in the middle of the show. Not the middle, but the beginning, you know what I mean. So yeah. Hold on. I got typos. I don't want my manager getting upset because I've got typos in my work. All right. Boy, oh boy. Where do you guys want to start at today? As you know, 30 minutes. We're on the clock already. Man, usually I prep so hard for this show. And I did today mentally, but I didn't write. I'm not even kidding you guys. This is my sheet of paper, which I wrote one line of words. The camera picked it up. One line of words and just a blank sheet of paper. Because this shit is just it's stressful, man. It's just stressful out here. Like nothing. 2020 is 2020 is the one, man. So where y'all want to start at? Y'all want to talk about Joe Biden saying if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black? Y'all want to talk about how important it is to vote for your district district attorney? So when you got police officers that kill a black dude, that's outside of his car with a knee in his neck, that you got somebody that's actually going to go out and force justice upon people that murdered a guy. I'm just saying, like, stressful. It's stressful, man. So we can go anywhere y'all want to go with it. I don't know. Angel said he's an idiot for saying that. I could not agree more. She said, "Don't let Trump win. He's going to if he keeps saying dumb stuff." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Joe Biden was thinking. I'm sure his campaign manager is stress smoking a cigarette somewhere himself. I don't know, man. I don't know. Even if that is true, I want people to know that I don't disagree necessarily about what Joe Biden said, because if you have to wonder, like, are you going to vote for like a well-known racist, somebody that's actively performing racist acts, and then like, well, I don't know. Like, I agree with him, but at the same time, like, why would you say that out loud? Like, why would you say that out loud? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you say that? Like, just fucking idiot. Andrew said, even if he believes that no black person could vote Trump, you just don't say stuff like that. That's 1,000% correct. Correct. It's 100% correct. Like, you just don't say it out loud because you just give the other side more ammo, more opportunity to attack you or to say stuff, and that's just not what we need right now. It's just not like it's just a distraction from everything. Ebony J, man, I'm sick of the cops and the black killing unarmed black guys, and it's hard. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. Let me see. Erica said, "I'm not even offended by that. He's blatantly trying to get votes, so he's saying whatever." Yeah, Erica, I agree with you, and I'm not offended by it because, like I said, I agree with it to a certain extent, but you just don't want to say it out loud because of what, not necessarily what it do for you, but what it does for your opponents, like that ammo that they can use. Because now they can say that all Joe Biden do is race bait stuff. Like, so when he was in South Carolina and he went super hard, I forgot the guy down there, the senator or whatever, that kind of turned the whole election, or the primary around for him in South Carolina. Um, and then, like, so I read, so today I was reading all these opinion pieces from like, and I don't mean like from like liberal newspapers, but it's like just opinions from editors or writers or whatever, and they were saying like why is nobody holding him accountable for just using race? You know what I'm saying? Just using race as his platform for like the black voters and stuff. Because I don't like so it wasn't just about that part, but I don't know if you've seen the interview because he went right into after he said that like, and he ain't say like you are not black if you vote for Donald Trump. He said you ain't black. So a lot of people had an issue with him saying ain't, as in like he was trying to fit in with black people or whatever, using broken English or whatever, even though ain't is in the dictionary or whatever. Um, uh, a lot of people had an issue with the fact that he said that, and then he went right around, and then he turned right around and was like, I voted for, what I'm saying, or all these civil rights and all this stuff. But then when he was pressed about, you know, voting or being like very heavy, very strong on the war on drugs and all that stuff that targeted black people, black families, black homes, black neighborhoods, he I don't want to say he stumbled, but he didn't. How can you do both? How can you say you fought for these rights and these rights, but you also targeted these people? Like, you got to stand. If you're going to stand on your record, you got to stand on the whole thing and not just the bits and pieces that you choose to. Erica, so I agree with you. I'm not offended. I was long winded. Sorry. I agree. I'm not really offended by what he said. I just think that one, you don't want to say it out loud because of what it does for your opponents. And then two, you just don't. It's not necessary. This is not a necessary thing to do, and I just don't think he had to say it. I'm not offended by it either. Andrew said, "That's what I'm saying, idiot." Ebony J said, "Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do." Did you read my post from today? I didn't read your post, Ebony J. Let me know what it said. Um, she also said, "I'm sick of it too. It's scary and painful for sure." Erica said he's cool with black folks because of the Obamas, and that's it, Erica, and that's it. Like that's the reason. So the only thing you can say is that, or like that's what I'm saying. Like, so you cool? Like somebody had, like some comedian had a great analogy. It's like Joe Biden is like, that was like the cookout analogy. Like everybody invited Barack Obama. Barack came like, oh, this is my dude Joe, like he's cool, you know what I'm saying? So everybody messed with Joe because of Barack, but if Barack would have never been invited, like he wouldn't have been invited, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he ain't standing on his own merit. So you really need to like shut the fuck up because you ain't doing nothing but alienating the people that you kind of got a shoe in already. Like just stop talking. The same way if Trump people were smart, after all of these press conferences that these doctors and these smart people come in, and even the guy that was talking about the Clorox and the Lysol and the UV light and all that stuff that we wrote Trump for. If that doctor would have said what he said when they sat down, Trump was like, "Thanks for coming out. We out of here." No, like nobody would have had nothing bad to say about that press conference particularly. Like, but they just keep going up there and saying stuff. Like sometimes you gotta just shut up, man. Just shut up. Just shut up. So annoying. Oh man, Bill Heine, what's going on? He said, "I agree." He said, "Stupid for Biden to say what he said. He gave an advantage to the guy in the Oval Office." And that's all I'm saying. Like I agree that, like just shut up. Like you're just giving him ammo. Like that's all you're doing, and it's not making sense, man. Like you don't need any more. All you should be doing is just hammering home whatever it is that you're going to be doing there. Like hammer home your principles. Like don't like you try to make a mockery of it. And you just made it like look bad for everybody. And now you got the younger people that's turned on the older people. That's the older people saying, "I'm still sticking with Joe Biden because this, and this." And then you got younger people that's looking at the older people weird. Like how can you like? I get it, the lesser of two evils, but like Joe Biden record ain't squeaky clean either. So how can you support? Like how can you support this man like blindly, even though all the stuff he done did in the past and all the stuff that he said, it's just not adding up. So now you got younger and older black people or whatever button heads too, and it's not good for anybody. It's just so irritating. Erica said, "I'm just ready to get Trump out." I agree with you. I completely do. I really do. But he's not helping his case, man. Andrew said, I talked to family this weekend about making sure they register to vote. We have to encourage people to vote. Yes. I mean, we talk about this week in and week out. Like, I don't know what we can do. I don't know what we can, like, what more we can do. Like, I don't know if we focus on getting new voters. Maybe this class of 2020, if people want to focus on them and making sure that they get out to the polls and make their voice heard, because of, you got some real good ammo right now. You're like, oh, you missed your graduation. You weren't able to walk the stage. You wasn't able to do this, and this because of the incompetence of this president. So a good way to stick it back to him is to go out to the, November 3rd and vote against him. You know what I'm saying? If people want to take that angle, that's probably your best thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? When you got millions of people that didn't even vote, like not even the primary, like in the general election in 2016, you got millions of people that didn't vote at all because they're like, well, I don't want Trump, but I don't want Hillary Clinton, so I'm just not going to vote. Like, do you focus on getting those people back to the polls, or do you focus on new voters? Do you focus on people that's not even registered? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the answer is, because an example I gave a show or two ago is every year, especially for Black people or minorities or whatever, you have, like I said, BT and Rock the Vote, and our vote can't be bought and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But like, what do y'all like? How do you enforce that? Like, how do you make Joe Biden earn it? How do you make Donald Trump earn it? How do you enforce it? It's like being at a job that don't have a union and y'all think y'all getting treated poorly. So what do you do? Like, how do you force them? Like, do you go on strike? It's not really a union, so they could just fire you all and then replace you all. Like, what do you do? Like, so you just keep being treated poorly? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? This is a tough spot to be in, and I don't know what you focus on, but ultimately, it's just like being a good person. I think as long as you're doing something that you believe in, something that you feel like is helping or would help, then that's all you can really ask of yourself. Is put in some effort, volunteer someplace, do the leg work yourself, and then you did the best you could with what you thought you could do, and then you just got to keep moving on. Like, that's really all we can do. Ultimately, that's all I can think. It's depressing. It's depressing, y'all. I swear. Ebony J said you have to read it. It's long, but it gives some suggestions. I seen a lot of people sharing a lot of good stuff. I think Angel was sharing some stuff about like what white people can do to battle racism. I think it was that's kind of like the gist of it, or inequality or something like that. Like, that was a pretty good post with a lot of like 100 good things you can do or suggest or whatever. Ebony, I had to go read yours, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there today. I just, I probably just didn't get to yours. So I don't know. The Joe Biden thing is just depressing. Like I said, I'm not personally offended, but I just know how a large number of people will look at it, and then that'll cause them not to go vote, which means we all lose in the end, and it's just not no fun. And it just, it just don't make This don't make sense, man. Like, why would you say it? Angel said, it feels like there is no solution. It's so hard to wrap your head around. Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, you can kind of equate that. I know it's a politics show, um, but you can equate that with, it's a lot of uproar about the guy that got killed by the police in Minnesota. Um, like, what can you do about that? You peaceful protest. You Colin Kaepernick. You when Mike Brown got killed um, in St. Louis or whatever, you riot and you have it out with the police and you tear stuff up. Like, but what happened though? Like nothing happened. Like how do you come back to stuff? You know what I'm saying? They had riots and broke into like the police department's like storage area, car storage area, and it was breaking windows and stuff. Cool. But now what happened when they implement a curfew and now everybody, now you forced to stay in the house, otherwise you're gonna get harassed. You know what I'm saying? Or now cops gonna be angry. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they see you, it's gonna be something that just escalates it over and over. Like what can be done? People have been saying, it's change and all the stuff as far as civil rights since the '60s and beyond. But like, what's the solution? What's the solution, man? Ebony J said, yeah, like you said, just do something positive. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I mean, that's all you can do as a person. Like a lot of people have ambitions of changing the world and being this type of a person or whatever. And I mean, even with this show, not this show specifically, but with the brand, we got aspirations of doing something big and helping the city and blah blah blah. Um, but realistically, until you get to that point, all we can do is affect the people that we are in contact with. Like being a good person and being civil with the people you're in contact with. That's all you can do. You can't, at this point, you're not the president of the United States. You're not the um, Kevin Hart or The Rock or somebody got like just super influence. So all you can do is go out in the world to work and be a good person. All you can do is hold the door for somebody or pay for somebody food or groceries and then pay it forward type of an effort. Um, and then hopefully that person does the same. And then that's how you change the world around you until you are able to affect the world as a whole. That's all you can do. And it sucks to think that you're kind of limited in that way, but like, what are your options? What is the solution, man? Like I don't know what the solution for none of this stuff is. And it's all frustrating because it's all repetitive. Like it's the same thing over and over and over. And it's the same. Enough is enough with the police violence. It's the same. Enough is enough. We got to get out to the polls and get out and vote. Like it's always the same, man. But like nothing is being done, and I don't know the answer. I don't know what to do to do it. It's depressing. Erica said you have to acknowledge racism. There are people who won't acknowledge it. Someone says Black Lives Matter, then another one says All Lives Matter or No Blue Lives Matter. Let's just acknowledge the history of this country. Erica, I agree, and I think I seen a post earlier today. It's just like a meme or something, but it says something like, um, people, they won't admit of what they've done to us in the past because they're still doing it, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dead on. It's like a Malcolm X quote, and I'm gonna butcher it, so don't take it verbatim, but it's a good quote. Who was on the interview and he was talking about uh, like white people have like stabbed him with a knife in the back, and he's like, saying he's like, don't pull that knife out. It says an 8-inch knife, and you pull it out. Like it's an 8-inch knife, and you pull it out 6 inches or 4 inches or something, and then you call that progress. Like it's still a knife in my back, so it's not progress. He said, not only that, you're not even willing to admit that you stabbed me. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even willing to admit it. So like, how's that progress? They're just, and that's Malcolm X. Like, so think about how long ago It wasn't really that long, but think about like the amount of time, and we still able to quote Malcolm X because it's still relevant today. Like that's an insane thing when you think about it. Like, it's crazy. Ebony J said, they do have ambition, but don't always do stuff. Talking is one thing, actions is another. But when we get to a place like you're saying, it seems like nothing will ever change. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what else could be done, man. I really don't. Um, the only thing that I've hoped for, my only thing I actually have hope for in the future, and I mean the next, it's 2020, so let's say the next, you talking about like the next 10 years. Like my real hope don't start for the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you will, and I feel like racism and all that stuff will always be around, but like the next 5 to 10 years, like I said, my generation, my class of people will be old enough to vote in the next 5 years. I mean, not vote, sorry, old enough to like run for like president in the next 5 years. So I would also think that we would have a number of younger people or people from my generation or whatever in different political offices where you did have people that were growing up in more mixed societies, more mixed schools that has been around um, just people of different races and people of different backgrounds, and how acceptable gay people is right now, and all this stuff. I'm not saying to be perfect, but I feel like the next generation or my generation, my age bracket, when they get into power to actually start making moves. It's the only, and I'm not even saying that it's like a guaranteed thing, but I feel like that's the only time where we'll have like some kind of a hope, because you actually got a very, people my age listen to rap from the time there was, uh, in kindergarten, or it has some semblance of the black community and the experiences through music. You know what I'm saying? Like mainstream, like big music, to the point where hopefully in the next couple of years that'll be something that they'll take into account when they are the ones that's making laws, when they are the ones that's making these decisions in Congress or as far as the president or whatever. That's it though. That's where my hope is and ends. To be honest, like it's kind of terrible to say that, but um, it's what it is. That's what it is. That's where my hope is and starts and ends right there. It's terrible to say, but it is. Um, you know. And in the meantime, I guess we just bide our time and tongue, and hopefully we kind of make it through this pandemic stuff and any other wild stuff that could happen on the horizon if Donald Trump is reelected or whatever is going on. So um, I don't know, but thinking about how you almost feel helpless, uh, it's not fun, man. It's not fun in any capacity. It's not fun. Um, I'll get to one story that Angel sent me. My manager Angel sent me earlier today. Nothing on the stimulus check yet. It's the same thing I told y'all. They passed four. Only one made it through the Senate, and I don't even think they voted. The Senate haven't even voted on this one. So you want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at Mitch McConnell uh, for not even bringing the bill to be placed on the floor to be voted on at this point. Um, blame Mitch McConnell. So nothing yet, Angel. When it happens, I will definitely let you know. I'll be proud because then I get some money too. Um, and you sent me some good stories today. I don't know which one I want to start on. I'm thinking that I think I want to just do there's a story um, of some guy was outraged on the internet talking about this new House bill that was unveiled or whatever, or that was introduced to the House of Ohio. This is an Ohio thing only. Introduced to the House. It was House Bill 646. Um, which he was outraged, like, oh, just gonna let Amy Acton, the director of public health for Ohio, um, just let her decide what happened with gun laws and how she can force people to go to like classes for gun. I don't know. He was outraged about nothing, and then he even had the nerve to cite the lines inside of the bill of where he was getting his information from. But of course, it was not the right information. All the stuff that he was saying was like a sentence in the grand scheme of things. He was just outraged about a whole bunch of crap. So, if you guys see anything about House Bill 646, talking about anything about gun rights and gun laws and what you can do with your guns or not, it's all false. Like House Bill 646 is a mental health bill here for Cleveland, specifically for Cleveland, the city of Cleveland, um, and the youth of Cleveland who are in like high crime areas or in areas where you get a lot of gun violence. That way, the kids can have somewhere to go if they like are depressed or they got some sort of trauma or they got let's say you can get some kind of a counseling, which may prevent somebody from going down that path or mentally help a kid escape, even though they're living in a bad area, a bad neighborhood, or bad just in a bad headspace. Period. Um, it's a mental health bill. So you guys see anything about 646, just know that it has nothing to do with guns at all. It's not even at all. Um, Erica asked the same thing about stimulus checks. Um, I'll give you an update. So I just told you, I know Erica asked, I'm sorry, Angel asked first about stimulus check, and then Erica asked, yeah, are we getting money? Um, this was updated 6 hours ago from CNET. Um, it's another $1,200 a piece. Congress from both sides seems to support it. Um, they're still working out the total amount you can receive. So I'm assuming it'd be like a 1,200, and then maybe potentially more down the line. Potentially, um, the new bill that the Democrats. This is bill number 5. Um, it's Democrat led. It's 12,000 per person maximum on top of the first round of relief checks, um, as well as broader support for the families. You do get frontline worker support and residents who are not citizens. So it's another $3 trillion bill for businesses and people. Um, that's it. And right now, it's been passed by the House. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said that the bill won't pass as is. Oh, so that's it. So number 4 is dead because he said they'll have to change so much of it that it won't pass. Um, yeah. So and and according to CNBC, Trump called the HEROES Act, which is the 4th one that passed the House, DOA, meaning dead on arrival. So um, yeah, not no time soon. We're pushing up against the clock. You guys got anything you want to talk about? Anything I missed? Anything? Any last retorts, remarks? Anything? I'm getting a phone call in the middle of the show. That's not cool. Anything from you guys? All right. All right. Well, Angel said, stay safe. The city has been dangerous. The city's always dangerous, but yeah, this past Memorial Day weekend was crazy. Um, the past couple days, not just over the weekend, has been crazy here in Cleveland. So definitely stay safe. And I don't mean just the coronavirus. Um, as we all know, if you're from the area or if you read the news, listen to the news at all, it's not the nicest place overall, but I don't know. We got some gems for sure. But Yeah, Erica, you're right. People have been flipping out, fighting at the beaches, and it's I don't know. People are stupid. People are so stupid, man. Like I'm just going to assume that they were fighting over space. Like, oh, are you too close to me? Give me some space, and then that starts up into some other stuff, and then it ends with a person saying, "Oh, you want me? You're too close to me, so I'm gonna get real close to you and punch you and touch you. I'm gonna touch your skin that I don't want close to me in the first place, and now we're in a fight, and now I'm at a higher risk for all the stuff that I was trying to avoid instead of just leaving because there was too many people. It just doesn't make sense to me. Even that is depressing." Erica said, "I don't know if it's stress." Angel said, "I think it is." Erica said, "But it's a lot going on. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's. I don't know. Look, I'm not even going to blame it on stress because I've been in the city long enough to know that even if it wasn't like a pandemic beforehand, um, Cleveland get wild in the summer. Most cities get wild in the summer. Um, so I can't even say that this is like pandemic, uh, like because of the pandemic or anything like that." Erica said, "Fighting if someone doesn't follow our rules in grocery store." Yeah, like it's crazy. Like you're not even making sense though. Like I don't want you near me, so I'm gonna come very close to you with my fist. It doesn't make sense. Like you got like use your brain because it doesn't make sense. Fighting if people don't wear masks in public. Yeah, and the worst offenders be the people that's not wearing masks, ridiculing the people that are wearing masks. Like you don't want to wear a mask, that's cool, but I'm wearing one, so like leave me. Like why are you talking to me? Like we don't have anything to talk about. But people, man, that's all I can say. People are crazy or they're stupid or they just don't think or they're so selfish that like they just don't care. And I don't know, it's just a ridiculous thing, especially in this day and age. Just going nuts, like right on time, just like Erica said, just going nuts. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. Um, Thank you all for joining me as always. The people that watch it live, people that watch it on YouTube, people that watch it later, I appreciate the support as always. Um, if y'all think of something, send me messages or whatever. I'm always interested in what people think we can do as far as getting more people out to vote, as far as stopping violence against black people from police, against other black people, like whatever it is. Um, Feel free to message me and let me know. Now I know. But I'll see y'all Sunday. Hopefully, join us 5 o'clock ish as always. I'll see y'all right here on Politics next week, next Wednesday. Hopefully, we have some good news. And but I'm pretty sure somebody would have said something stupid, so I definitely want to hold my breath. But um, we announced some news over the weekend, or yesterday or something, actually a couple days ago. So be sure to check our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and I'm sure we'll get more in depth on that on Sunday. Um, so hopefully I'll see you guys then. If you need anything else, want to talk about whatever topics or anything, definitely hit us up. And like Andrew said, man, stay safe out there from Corona and everything else. Salute to the city.